What is up, oh lovely ones? It is me, Demetria. I am back with another video, and this is going to be part 2 of my previous video from last week on 10 tips to becoming the best version of yourself or a better you in 2021. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop right into the video. So actually, before we get started, guys, I just want to let y'all know last week I actually made a mistake and discussed 6 points instead of 5, and I was supposed to be splitting them in half. That was my intention. Didn't happen that way. I guess I got a little too excited last week and I gave y'all an extra tip, but that's fine. So today I'll go ahead and give y'all the remaining 4 tips, and we'll go ahead and jump into the video. So guys, moving right along from last week, we're going to pick up with number 4, and tip number 4 is to reward yourself. So I found that rewarding yourself is something that gets overlooked a lot of times, especially by adults. We tend to get so busy in our day-to-day lifestyles by working and doing whatever it is that we have to take care of, to the point where we sometimes forget to reward ourselves. Or sometimes maybe we may not necessarily forget to reward ourselves, but maybe we're cheap and we just don't reward ourselves. But rewarding ourselves is very important because it gives us something to look forward to at the end of the week, at the end of the month, however you want to reward yourself. And to reward yourself doesn't mean to go out and splurge and spend thousands upon thousands of dollars on yourself, right? Like, you can still reward yourself within budget, right? So sis, set a budget for yourself. And just like I discussed on the previous video from last week, I talked about goals. Each day you need to do at least one thing to get you closer to reaching those goals, right? So essentially at the end of each week, if you have busted your tail day in and day out, 5 days a week, 7 days a week, you deserve at least one day to treat yourself, right? Whether that be ice cream, whether that be taking yourself to the movie, whether that be taking yourself to a dinner date, whether that be taking yourself to get your nails did, have you a little spa day, whatever rewarding yourself looks like to you, go ahead and reward yourself, honey. Life is too short, baby. Spend that coin on yourself, all right? Treat yourself, boo. You deserve it. Spend it, all right? If you got it, flaunt it. Spend that coin, sis. Spend that coin. Tip number 3 is to try new things. Try new things. Trying new things is definitely something that's so necessary. You definitely don't want to be that person sitting wondering, I wonder what my life would have been like had I tried this, or had I took that class, or had I took my friend up on that ski offer. There's so many things to enjoy about life, right? So many different states, countries, continents, all of that. Pick you a state, pick you a country. If you're the type of person who has never been outside of your home state, pick you a neighboring state just to go visit, even if it's just a weekend trip. And if you're really bold, if you want to get fancy, you can pick you a state miles upon miles upon miles away and just go get away, have you a good time, have you a good weekend, enjoy yourself, and do whatever it is that your heart desires. If you've always wanted to go to college, take those classes, girl. Take up that course. You don't want to be that person to regret when you're 50 years old. You're looking back on your life like, I wish I would have done that. I should have done that. You don't want to be that person, sis. If you don't know how to cook and you've always wanted to learn how to cook, take that cooking class, girl. Take that cooking class while you look for your man. Why not? Educate yourself on things that you've never known about before, things that you've always been curious about, but you've just never went as far as to do the research on it. Or you've always been curious about it, but you've just never really had the time, or you've never really, I guess, cared enough to really look into it. You know what I'm saying? It's a new year. My motto is to try to learn at least one new thing each day, right? And so I have this app on my phone. It's called Duolingo. And every night I take about 15 minutes and just engage in the app. I'm trying to teach myself to learn French. Like, I really want to learn French because Paris is a place that I really want to go to one day. So whenever I do visit Paris, I would like to be prepared, and I would like to at least know a few basic words so that when I get there, I can communicate with the locals. So for me, that's my little thing I have going on, to where I feel like every night before I go to bed, I've learned at least one new thing each day. So just find you something that you enjoy, something that you know that you be consistent with, something that you've always wanted to do, and just go for it. What's the worst that could happen? Tip number 2 is to give back and serve others. Give back and serve others. And when y'all do this, make sure y'all do it with a pure heart. I see so many videos surfacing around social media of people engaging in kind acts, but it's like, do you really have to record that? If you got to do all that, is it really genuine? I just wonder. So when you give back, do it with a pure heart. Do it not to expect anything in return. Just do it out of the kindness of your own heart, because you woke up one morning and you just decided you wanted to give, you wanted to serve today. If you have a local community kitchen or a homeless shelter, a youth organization, even if it's just, for an hour, whatever your schedule may permit, just take a little time out of your schedule to serve the next person. You never know how significant that may be to somebody else. Something as simple as complimenting someone on their hair, their shoes, that could be all they need to just turn their little day around. You know what I mean? So just always be kind, be courteous, be willing to purely serve others without expecting anything back in return. Don't be surprised if you start to get back what you're giving out tenfold, right? Because that's just law, that's universe. You get back what you put out. So if you're going around spreading nothing but love, pureness, positivity, don't be surprised if it comes back to you tenfold, all right? So just know that. And whenever I'm giving back in any type of way, I feel so good. It makes me feel so good. I do, because I know that I'm doing it with a pure heart. I know that it's genuine. I know it's not for clout, especially when it directly impacts someone else. It just makes me feel so good. You start to feel like a good person as you adapt to those behaviors and they become habit. You just start to feel like a better person in general. So the question is never going to be why serve. The question is always why not? Drum roll, please. Tip number 1, put God first in everything you do. Everything you do. Without God, I am nothing. You guys have no idea, but I never make myself out to be a victim. I don't complain about some of my past experiences. I don't complain about even some of the things that I go through even now to this day. However, that does not mean that I still don't think about those things, that I still don't have emotions that are caused from those things, from those past experiences. And I can honestly, truthfully sit here and tell you guys, if it was not for God getting me through those things, getting me through those situations and those periods in my life, I don't know where I will be right now. I don't know where I will be right now. God is everything. There's been so many times where I just thought that I didn't know what I was going to do, what step I was taking next, where I was going, what was next for me. But one thing about God, you pray to him, he's answering those prayers, sis. Oh yeah, he's answering those prayers, baby. See, the mistake that I was making long ago is that I was putting other people before him. That's what I was doing. I was putting other people before him. I was trying to depend on men. And when I say men, I mean mankind, men and women. My dependence in men was stronger than my faith. What I had to learn to do was push my faith to the forefront. I had to learn to lean on him. And no matter what I was going through in life, I had to learn that as long as I was close to him, as long as I was good with him, I was going to be all right. And I'm going to be completely honest. There were definitely times where I questioned him, multiple different occasions. But you know what? Just when you think it's too late, he gonna come through. He gonna come through. And he gonna come through in a mighty way. We as people just have to make sure that we are ready to receive whatever blessings that he has in store for us. One thing about it, God don't bless mess. And I'm definitely not perfect by far. But one thing I give myself credit for is that I'm always striving to do better. You know what I mean? Like I've never been the type of person to just settle. Never will be. I never will be. I've made plenty of mistakes in my day. But you know what? That's why Jesus died. He already knew what it was. So I get on those knees. I pray. I ask for forgiveness. I ask for discernment and for God to keep my heart pure because he knows my intentions and he knows my heart. Not only do I ask for forgiveness whenever I fall short, I actually make the conscious effort to try to do better. So yeah, I'm not going to preach to y'all, at least not on this video. I'm not going to preach to y'all on this one. But whatever it is that you guys are trying to accomplish in life, whatever it is that you guys want out of life, I promise you guys, put God first and he will come through for you every single time. I know it because I've lived it. I'm living in it. Keep him close at all times. Keep him at the center at all times. And anything you need, he will provide. Ask and it shall be given to you, but be careful what you ask for. If you don't remember anything else from this video, put God first and everything else on the list will fall into place. All of the other 10 tips will fall into place. Put God first at all times. Period. Period. Okay, lovely ones, so that was it. Those were all 10 tips on how to become a better version of yourself in 2021. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you plan to take away any of the tips and use them and apply them in your own personal life, please comment down below and let me know. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and hit that subscribe button. I'll see y'all next Sunday, and y'all already know I'm sending kisses and blessed wishes. Peace.